So, hello and welcome to this live show. Tomorrow, India will take on England in the second T20I. And of course, everyone is asking about Vaibhav Sooryavanshi right now. But in case India hands this debut to Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, then whose place will he make his debut? That is the big question. And under the scanner right now is Sanju Samson because of his recent run of form with the bat. Apart from those three knocks which helped India won the T20 World Cup 2026. Sanju became the player of the tournament after warming the bench in the first half of the tournament and suddenly lighting it up in the second half. But at the same time, his performances before that, after that, have been questionable. So let's talk a bit about Sanju Samson. Shamik, I'll start with you. In the last 10 T20I innings, Sanju Samson has 190 runs to his name, only one half century. Last 10 T20I matches I'm talking about, and if you take out those three matches, his run scoring form have been pretty disappointing, and that is why I think that was one of the major reasons that the Ajit Agarkar led selection panel did not hand him the captaincy. Sanju was also in the frame for the T20I captaincy, and that was one of the reasons that Ajit Agarkar led selection committee was not too sure about Samson as India captain. But at the same time, his batting form, once again, after the Ireland series debacle, after the first T20I, it has come under scanners. People are asking questions about consistency with the bat or even impact with the bat. So, where do you stand on this?
See, Shubhan, if you see, and you are very right when you say that he was also in the captaincy scheme of things. I mean, I can reveal that one particular member of the team management, not selection committee, he felt that Sanju Samson has serious leadership potential. But that is a different issue. As far as Sanju Samson, if you look at his career, especially when the ball is moving, when it is not the pitch is not like a highway where he can plonk his front foot forward and play through the line, he has struggled. That's why he is so inconsistent. Over a period of 11 years, he has played sort of 65 T20Is. So if he were consistent, the number wouldn't have been that less. So Sanju Samson, and now you are saying that okay, he played so well at the World Cup, those three innings, and he won the Player of the Tournament award at the World Cup. Fine, I accept. And after that, you have given him three innings, and he has failed, and he has clearly struggled in the moving ball. Now, by the same logic, Surya Kumar Yadav had given you the World Cup. Over the last 2 years, under Surya Kumar Yadav, India were unbeaten in bilateral T20I series, and Surya Kumar Yadav
The
also
one
gave.
was dropped.
Yes. So the thing is that, and you before the World Cup, you dropped Shubman Gill, who was your vice captain, based on form that he was not scoring runs, and that's why I mean he was dropped. Fair call. You brought in Ishan Kishan, fair call, and absolutely. And there is an old adage in cricket that you go with the form. So from that point of view, and this guy Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is in scintillating form. So when Sanju Samson's scores have become, I mean, it resembles a postcode, an area code 501. If you go back to the last three T20I innings, 501 is like a postcode. So from that point of view, it is very, it should be logical that now you give Vaibhav Sooryavanshi a chance. Yes, you spoke about giving Sanju Samson a long rope. Now you have given him a long rope. Given that you have a special talent, and everyone is agreeing the fact that he is a Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is a special talent. He is waiting in the wings. So three matches you have given him. Now please give him a chance. And if you are giving him a chance at Old Trafford tomorrow, it should not be just for one game. It should be
Yeah.
for the remaining four matches of the series.
Very true, very true. Vaibhav, talking about stats, also 10 last previous 10 away T20I innings, Sanju has two centuries to his name, but eight other knocks are of single digit scores. That is where the concern is. It's not only about, we are just not talking about 50s and 60s, but about impact knocks as well, which has not come from Sanju's bat. And that was one of the reasons he was not part of your starting playing 11 in the T20 World Cup. He was warming the bench. And after India found out that teams have planned against them, against their two left-handies in the top of the order, then only they started to talk about Sanju Samson and brought him into the playing 11. And what happened after that, no one can take that away from Sanju Samson forever in his life, or even after his life. Also, people will remember those three knocks forever till the day cricket is played. But where do you stand here at this moment? Because now people are talking about transition. People are talking about embedding new faces into this setup, especially with a player like Vaibhav Sooryavanshi sitting. I was listening to Ian Morgan also. He was saying, I have not seen something like this. And not only Ian Morgan, if you talk about all the former cricketers, I'm not even going to the foreign cricketers, but Indian cricketers also, be it Sunil Gavaskar, Kapil Dev, you talk about Ravichandran Ashwin. People are saying he's a special talent. Some are of the view that there has to be a embedding phase. He needs to carry a drinks for a few matches, just to get accustomed to the intensity of international cricket. But at the same time, when he's done it in the platform like IPL, how long will you make him warm the benches?
Okay, I think that has been the question ever since the first T20I, which was played in Belfast, when everyone found out that he's not making his debut. I think that will be the case until there will be visuals of him receiving his cap from the team management, from the team, one of his senior players. So I think, see, with regards to Sanju Samson, as you rightly said, at the start of the World Cup, he was not part of the playing 11, and why? Because team management gave him the full series, the 5-match T20I series against New Zealand. He couldn't perform. Then they saw an Ishan Kishan performing really well, scored 100 as well, and then they saw that, okay, now because Ishan Kishan is there, we have an opener. Let's make him. Let's start with him, because current form plays a big role, in selection. If current form wouldn't have been a thing, you wouldn't find a Vaibhav Sooryavanshi part of the squad. He scored runs. He scored the most runs in the IPL with a strike rate of 230 plus. Because of his current form, he's in the T20I team. And that is what everyone should emphasize on. Even the team management should look at that. Current form plays a big role. Yes, Sanju Samson won your matches, but that was in March. Now, if you look at the IPL as well, he did score 200. He did score. He did manage four big knocks. But outside of those four big knocks, if you look at Sanju Samson's whole IPL, this particular IPL last one, you will not find a lot of big scores, and that is where it is said about Sanju Samson. That has been force, a big long template ever since Sanju Samson has made his debut. Either he goes big or he doesn't score, and this is where I think I made this point before the last T20I as well, that the thing with Sanju Samson is he only has to survive the first 6 overs. If he does, then he has the potential to play long innings. He carries his bat. That's the way Sanju Samson's whole career has been marked. That if he survives the first power play, first 6 overs against the moving ball, then he plays the long innings, because he has the game against spin and he has the game against pace as well. It's just that against the moving ball, he's been found out on many occasions. On slightly two pace wickets, sluggish tracks, he has been found out. But if the wicket is flat, then Sanju Samson has all the shots against all kinds of bowling he can perform. So now, because a player like Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is breathing under his neck, that's why we are saying, because we know that Ishan Kishan hasn't done anything wrong to be to go out of the T20I team. So one wicket keeper has to play. So who is the wicket keeper? In terms of playing fast bowling, because Ishan Kishan also plays at the top of the order, I think Ishan Kishan is a better bet against the moving ball. And that is where you have to drop a Sanju Samson, because obviously you cannot drop an Abhishek Sharma. That's why a chatter is more around Sanju Samson, because there is a pattern that is been recurring with Sanju Samson against the moving ball. He is unable to sort it out for himself, and that is why a Vaibhav Sooryavanshi should be brought immediately. I don't think there should be any delay now whatsoever. 3 innings you have given him a fair run. 3 innings, teams play 3 match bilateral series. So you have given him 3 innings. I think now you can say, like, rest. If things don't go in Vaibhav Sooryavansh's way, we will give him fair run as well. 3 innings, 4 innings. If he doesn't form, then obviously you will be back. But now it's time for Vaibhav Sooryavanshi to make a debut. I think should happen in Manchester.
Yeah. But Shamikta, at the same time, we saw that in the T20 World Cup as well, how teams found out a tactics to bowl against a top left top order, heavy left top order. And if you bring in a Vaibhav Sooryavanshi for Sanju Samson, then the top order will look like Abhishek Sharma, Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, followed by a Nishan Kishan. Then you will have a Shreyas Iyer in between. Then of course Shivam Dube, Tilak Verma, all are lefties. So only one right-hander in that batting unit. Is that a concern? Is that a point why Indian team is not bringing in Vaibhav Sooryavanshi at the moment?
Yeah, very fair point, and I think that is the point. I think the Indian team management, in the back of their mind, they're thinking like that. They are once bitten. They are trying to be twice shy, given that the way they're initially when they started their World Cup campaign with two left-handers at the top, how it became very predictable, and the opposition were bringing on off spinners. But then again, this is a bit different conditions
Hmm.
on subcontinent, off spinners, and especially in Colombo or in some of the pitches in India, the off spinners and in the I mean mid March or rather mid February heat, early March heat, they are getting a bit of a purchase. But here, I mean, there will be some nip in the air. I don't think once again that. I agree with you that might be playing on at the back of their mind as the team management, but once again, that is a very conventional thinking, very conservative thinking, rather not conventional, very conservative thinking, because you start thinking along those lines. This is a very run of the mill stuff. This is the run of you have with you someone who everyone, the cricket world has acknowledged as a prodigy, as a special talent. So if when you have someone special like Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, you should think out of the box.
Hmm.
You should not be a prisoner of your conservative thinking that this happened at the World Cup and this might happen in the bilateral series again. But on the face of it, this is an inconsequential bilateral series. The T20 World Cup is 2 years away. Even if India hypothetically lose the next four matches, no hell will break loose. If they lose
They
the
just
next
might
four,
lose out on the Olympic spot, automatic Olympic qualification spot.
no, that India will, yeah, that India will manage. That somehow India will manage, given they will. But once again, no hell will break loose in Olympics. At the end of the day, Olympics cricket in Olympics will not happen without India. India will
Hmm.
qualify, and India will have their, home assignments in the winter, in the autumn, and the winter. So this is your time. This is not a what. This is not a make or break World Cup fixture that you
Hmm.
go into a shell and start thinking along conservative lines. This is not the way. Go gung ho. All along, you have spoken about playing fearless cricket, going gung ho. So where is your gung ho approach? Unleash the kid. Unleash the kid, and let's see how he performs. If he performs well, then that's great news for Indian cricket.
Very true, very true. And in the past also we have seen when special talent like Mayank Yadav, Umran Malik, when they broke into the picture, they were straight away given a game in the India jersey. So why not Vaibhav Sooryavanshi is the question. But Vaibhav, last question, when we are talking about Sanju Samson's shortcomings against moving ball, the T20 World Cup next is in Australia and New Zealand 28. Uh, do you feel he will survive till Australia, New Zealand, given the conditions will be pretty challenging, at least in the first 2, 3, 4 overs for the opening batters.
See, if he continues to be inconsistent like the way he has been, either you score 100, you score 70 plus, or you don't score at all. You register three back-to-back single-digit
Hmm.
scores. If this is the pattern he is going with, then there are a lot of top order batters waiting in the wings. It's not just in this format I'm talking about in T20. It's not just Vaibhav Sooryavanshi. Prabh Simran Singh has 2 3 good IPL season back to back. He's a wicket keeper batter. I think he's the only right-handed top order wicket-keeper batter who is waiting in the wings after Sanju Samson. So Prabh Simran Singh is there, and there is a certain Priyansh Arya who has made his way into India A squad. So these guys are playing India A, and definitely they'll be in contention for Indian team as well. So if Sanju Samson continues to be inconsistent, I don't think he will make it to the World Cup or for the Olympics if that is the case. And obviously, see, you have Abhishek Sharma, Vaibhav Sooryavanshi, Ishan Kishan. These three are there. Then you have a Prabh Simran Singh, Priyansh Arya. More top order batters will come because this is the format where top order batters generally dominates. So
Hmm.
then it will become very difficult for Sanju Samson and aging Sanju Samson, because see, in Indian cricket, aging players won't get a chance. Otherwise, Rajat Patidar would have been a straight forward choice in this tour for this particular tour. He did everything right in the IPL. He took his team to second IPL final and then lifted the trophy and performed with the bat as well against pace, against spin. He could have been an ideal middle order batter for India, but why he's not there? So only thing that is going against Patidar is his age. Why Bhuvneshwar Kumar is not a part of the T20I squad? Because he's not, because now he's on the wrong side of his 30s. That's why aging players have difficult future in India. That's why even a Mohammad Shami, despite playing really well for Bengal, despite turning up in all formats, he couldn't make it to the Test squad. So you have to understand that aging players won't get as many chances as a youngster will, and there are a lot of youngsters waiting in the wings. So I think for Sanju Samson, if he continues to remain inconsistent, then it is a very tough road ahead for him.
Okay, that's what Shamik and Vaibhav think about Sanju Samson. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If Vaibhav Sooryavanshi has to come into the playing 11, then in whose place will you bring him in? Drop your comments down below. Give your predicted 11 as well. You'll get all the practice visuals, press conference videos from Manchester ahead of the second T20I. So stay tuned and keep liking these videos. Share it with your friends and subscribe to Revsportz for all the coverage. And thank you for watching.